but I thought it was at 7.
What?
So you thought it was at 7, so you're hoping to be late?
No, I mean I was gonna be late.
I'm confused.
Now we just gotta wait for John to come back.
Was he playing World of Warcraft?
I'm about to. I'm gonna quit my job and play it full time.
Oh man, I don't like World of Warcraft, but I might do that anyway.
Just do it anyway. There you go. You'll hang out with me and John all the time now.
Yeah.
You get to
My
talk
God.
about the orc
Yeah. Even though I got a raise, I'm sad.
I'm
Just
sorry.
play World of Warcraft at work.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I could do that.
World of Warcraft.
War. Yep.
My arm still hurts, Katie. Did you break my arm and not tell me?
Yeah,
Mm,
this is me telling you.
well, it hurt.
I'm sorry.
Why break?
Because it was fun.
Didn't drink enough milk.
Yeah,
Oh no.
need more
I
milk.
think I drank too much milk and I made my tendons into milk tendons. That's science, right?
True, you are what you eat. I heard somebody say it once, so it has to be true.
Because no one ever has lied.
Ever.
Especially not people on the internet.
Not yet.
So, is that real? If you drink too much milk, your tendons in your arm can turn into string cheese?
That is not real.
That's actually how they get string cheese. I work in a
thought so.
hospital, so you can trust
So
me.
I'm gonna have to take Morgan's advice over this one.
That's fair. String cheese is pretty delicious.
Not when it's inside your arm, you insensitive scientist.
You just have to get at it.
I tried that, it just made it hurt more.
Oof. That's
Nobody's
true.
on the low 20,
I'm trying.
except for Morgan and Josh and me.
I'm in roll 20, you cad.
Whoa!
You absolute codfish.
Oh, I'm sorry, I think I misheard you. You said me, Josh, and you are the only people in it. Gotcha. I'll reverse it.
Absolute cat insult rescinded.
You're absolutely right, Brandon. You're the best.
I never thought I'd hear Morgan say that, but we'll be back right after these messages.
Do you brush your teeth? Good. You're supposed to. Buy a toothbrush.
Buy
Are
a
you
toothbrush.
advertising on our stream?
What's that?
Are you advertising on our stream?
I'm advertising for our advertisement. Hey, have you played video games? That's cool. You should buy anti-carpal tunnel gloves so that your arms don't turn into string cheese.
I think you're hitting a real select audience there.
Yeah, but they have money to burn.
Me? I
Hey,
don't have
did
money.
you accidentally kill someone in Fiji? You know who you are. Call
Hey
me.
guys, it's your boy Penis.
Is that Jan?
How's it going?
Is it Jan?
What?
Fucking.
Is it not Jan? Who goes there?
Just looking at the fucking picture of Charlie Manson and Brandon's.
Yeah, this is the same picture.
There's literally no difference. I don't see it.
There's just two pictures of Charles Manson there.
You gonna get a swastika tattooed on your forehead? Are you gonna get
Exactly.
quoted in Death Grip songs?
It's
Yep,
backwards.
and fool nobody.
The swastika's backwards because he did it in the mirror.
Oh Jesus!
That true?
Yeah. Matt told me that.
What a What a legend.
What a Matt fact. What was I gonna say? It's like, do you ever hear the physical description of the Zodiac Killer?
Ted Cruz?
No, the other one.
Oh.
The first one.
The first Zodiac Killer.
No, it's like 5'7", heavy set, glasses, curly hair, round face.
Huh.
Is that you?
No,
That's me. I'm
That's
5'7".
me.
I am not Zodiac. Hello. Am not. Am Ben.
Benny revealed to us a great secret this weekend, and I am just recalling it now.
Yeah, whenever I do, and I didn't realize that I did this, but I only have like 4 go-to voices when I'm improvising in D&D. And anytime it's a character that's clearly like a spy or like an imposter, it's been called the imposter voice. It's just a slightly Soviet accent. It's like, hello, I'm guard, not assassin.
Friend
party,
can
like,
trust me
Yeah.
with government secrets, maybe.
And Benny,
What is in parlor? There's no one in the parlor. Certainly no one after your money.
Benny, you should run a Lovecraft game, but it should be set in Russia, so all your players are just paranoid about everybody being a spy.
Perfect.
I've been wanting
That's
to
awesome.
try and get into Vampire the Masquerade. We could
What's
really
that?
Vampire the Masquerade is the
I
game
bet it's spelled with a
is
Y.
the video game is based in like modern quote unquote Los Angeles, and there's various tribes of vampires living there that were descended from Cain, the biblical figure.
Oh, yeah.
And
Did you know that my last name is that?
oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't it spelled differently?
It is spelled differently. But I don't want to reveal that on stream.
Yeah, one of our fans might come to your house and like thank you for doing all this hard work. For you come too late to my game.
Oof. Ow.
You could
Oh,
feel the
whoa.
burn on that one.
There's one called Year of the Scarab, and it's about mummies. I'm already like 2 links deep into this thing you're talking about. John,
Alright,
keep talking.
alright. So let's do the recap. Let's go.
Yeah, what happened? I wasn't here.
Let's see. Last time on D&D, the party was deep in the casino, save for Cab, who arrived late via musicians, failed to play the marimba, was booed off the stage, met one of your drow associates, went upstairs, ditched the drow associate to catch intrigue upstairs, got wrapped up in some kind of vault heist, met a tortoise, and was
Oh,
nearly
yeah,
molested by a guard.
Did I name him yet?
I think you did. You should go back in the last episode and figure it out.
Alright, for this session, his name is Coco Jumbo. Until I relearn his name. It was probably just like Mortimer.
I think
I like
That's-
Coco Jumbo.
That's a good name for a turtle.
Yeah, Mortimer the Mortimer.
Ooh, I like it.
Thank you, Josh.
That's-
But I'm glad
You
that
got-
John got my. I'm glad John got my Coco Jumbo reference.
Meanwhile, the rest of the party down in the fighting pits witnessed Gensha fight a manticore, kill a manticore, and then here's where we pick up because Gensha, with the help of the Minotaur, severs its head, and then Gensha raises the head up with both hands. The crowd is just losing their marbles. They're running up against the railing. The rest of the party is getting crushed as all these like large drunk people, smelling of milk, press up against the rail. They're hooting and hollering at Gensha, and all the blood and internals inside the Manticore head is like pouring onto Gensha. He's completely beat red.
I forgot about the milk subplot. Right, it's the milkman.
It's the Milkman. Yep. I don't know if I'd call that the subplot, but anyway, Gensha will pick up with that. Is there anything you want to do while you have the crowd's energy?
Spear bomb.
What movie am I thinking of? From the Predator movie when Arnold goes and the one guy's like, "You son of a bitch," and they do the big manly man arm flex hand grab thing.
Yeah, of
I'm gonna-
course I know what you're talking
I'm gonna
about. I've
do
never
that
seen that
with the
movie, but of
Minotaur.
course I know that.
Of course I know that. Here, hold on.
Yeah, it's the it's like two aliens trying to shake hands. They've never shake hands before.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
You just gonna grab hands with the Minotaur and shake muscle arms?
Yeah.
Cool. The crowd
Wait,
loved.
is his name Dylan?
It is now.
I'm a Minotaur. My name is Dylan.
Dylan, the Dylan tar. That was
What's your
terrible.
power?
I'll go now.
Yeah,
Let's-
I'm fantasy Dylan. You know me, Dylan.
Just crosses out the Minotaur's name and writes Dylan.
Don't matter now. He's dead.
It's actually
I think
pretty.
we referred to him only as Thrust before this, but
Let's see. So after Gensha shakes muscle arms with the Minotaur, you can see the milkman up there. He's like squeeing and rolling around in his seat. He like drops a bunch of milk as he hangs over his flabby body, hangs over the rail, nearly falling off it.
Gross.
Oh man, don't you hate when you drop all your milk?
Yeah, I hate it when my milk spills everywhere, when my flabby body flails around.
yeah, it's actually pretty shitty.
It's very relatable. Make sure to subscribe to our stream for more relatable content.
That man I mentioned earlier should also call me. I was serious.
The one who murdered someone?
It's Josh. No.
Let's see. The milkman slams his fat baby body back into his throne. He lifts up his horn and he shouts into it so everybody can hear him in his little voice. And he's like, 10-minute intermission! Intermission! Fighters to the barracks! And he just like drops it and then drinks a whole bunch of milk and he's like, very pleased with himself.
Ugh.
This guy's sick.
Let's see. Gensha, do you want to go back to the barracks?
Yes.
Okay. No, you don't have your maul because your maul got thrown into the crowd last game.
Oh, that's fine. I'll find him.
Okay.
I'll find the rat bastard who dangled my maul in front of me.
All right. Terran, Clang, and Snort all make perception checks.
Look with your halfling eyes.
My
No one-
brand.
That's what are you just talking to yourself?
I mean, I'm not insane or anything, but
Did
yes.
somebody say crazy person? No. Oh, well, I heard it.
Let's see. From the bottom up, Morgan Snort sees. I gotta read my note real quick. Let's see. Snort notices that all the people around here leave to go. It looks like they're gonna cash in their chips and figure out what the final match is. They usually have an intermission for the final match. Place bets. You overhear that some of the people talking about it as they leave. Do you want to place any bets?
Can you say it one more time for me?
Sure. You overhear from the crowd that they're going to be placing final bets, and everybody's going towards the betting table.
Okay. Did I win any money off of the last round of betting?
You did. Let me scroll up and see how much.
Oh, didn't I go up to turn in chips?
Oh, that's right. So your perception check doesn't count. Nuts. We had a lot of combat rolls. 1 second. Looks like it doesn't go up high enough for me to see.
All right, we'll just settle for 30,000. Okay. That fair?
I don't remember how much you left.
Only if you accept that equivalent in
Was
milk.
how much was like the disc?
That's so much milk.
Because I feel like I had 30 discs that I put for gambling. Brandon?
How many discs? 30?
I thought so.
I feel like 200 apiece, so you're not really off the mark then.
Okay. Well, can I how much can I cash?
You have to go upstairs to cash.
Oh, they're only taking bets?
Yes.
All right, Brandon. Are you ready? I'm going to let it ride.
You're gonna let it ride on Gensha?
I'm going to let it ride on Gensha. Gensha, if you die, I better never see you again.
If you
Hey.
die, Snort can't afford an expensive funeral. But if you live, Snort can. So
We're going to get a castle if you live.
Hey, John.
Hey, what?
I did the math. It's about 8,571.428571428571 gallons of milk.
Oh, about?
Just about.
Yeah.
I need to tell you to tell me the odds, Brandon.
Oh, the
I don't
odds?
think we can carry that much milk.
Yeah.
It's only 3-1 in favor of the Minotaur, so you will win a lot of money.
All right. 90,000 gold. That's what you're telling me?
Exactly.
Virtual handshake over it.
That's what's happening. You're definitely not gonna somehow. Something's definitely not gonna happen.
All right. Did Gensha ever
Wait, you
use
have to make sure
the?
that they even have that much.
They have that much.
Yeah, tell him you don't believe him. Show you the cash.
I'm gonna be taken to a
Open
back
that
room and beat
right
up.
now.
Gensha's gonna win. They're gonna take me to like a back room and like break my legs.
Oh Jesus!
No,
Yeah.
I heard about this from one of my history teachers. They'll take you to a room with a drain.
Oh great!
Why?
They just hose it down.
No, it's for all the other stuff that comes out of you when they break your legs.
No. I mean they're gonna hose the room down.
Oh,
Easy to
yeah.
clean. But yeah, I'll let it ride on Gensha. Does Gensha still have the Staff of Firewall?
I do.
Ooh, nice. Are you ready to use it?
I haven't used it yet, so I'm itching to use it soon.
Alright. I'll keep casting True Strike on you to give you that advantage. Try not to
Beautiful.
die. Oh, you know what? I could try to blind the Minotaur mid-fight.
I thought you guys were friends.
The Minotaur? Nah. He's just another
Oh,
name
not-
in the book.
No, I
I'm
meant
combat bros with the Minotaur, but I have no idea if there's any sort of outside interference besides people occasionally dropping me things and feeling whatever True Strike feels like.
Like your soul is slowly being eaten away.
Yeah, see, I don't think that's what True Strike feels like.
When you give it from a demon.
I feel like that's everything from a demon, though, right?
Yeah. It's a really easy descriptor.
You feel overwhelming dread.
As you hit the Minotaur for the 30th time in a row. This can't be good.
So, Taryn, you noticed with your perception check, you actually are watching the milkman while the Gensha's handler, the man who brought Gensha inside, is blabbing on. You're trying to drown him out with your music, and you turn away so you don't smell his terrible breath, and you see the milkman seems to leave his throne, and the person who is like shadowing behind him, the person who threw daggers and killed one of the people, he makes his way through the crowd, and he doesn't stay he doesn't go to the betting tables. He goes upstairs, and the milkman just seems to disappear into a hallway.
Do I know anything about what's up there?
What's upstairs? It's the way you came from. Or you mean the hallway the milkman went into?
The hallway the milkman went into.
You got no idea.
Something's fishy about this. Does it look like I could slip through? Follow him?
Make a stealth check.
Stealth. I gotta just leave my character sheet up.
Yeah, it's something else for me.
Like, with your 27, you're able to make your way through. You step into the dark hallway, and you see the milkman. He looks like he's getting inside a large bird cage. The door's kind of open. He has like a belt and like a, I don't know what you call it, like a loincloth basically, and it accidentally falls down. So he spends the next 5 minutes trying to get it up. You want to try to sneak in the bird cage?
Do I want to try and sneak in the birdcage?
Yes, you can use your the same stealth check if you want to go for it.
Do I see a lock on the birdcage? Like I could get stuck in there?
It doesn't look like it locks, but it latches.
Okay, alright, then I'll go for it. Because I can open the latch from inside, presumably?
Yep.
Okay, then yeah, I'll try and sneak in there, see what's up.
Cool. Alright.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? You sneak into the bird cage, and you basically just move right around him. There's like a couple of seats in it. They're large enough for a small-sized creature. I think he's a dwarf, so he's medium, but he's a fairly small man. So he sits in one of the chairs, and you're basically just in the chair behind him, and he's completely unaware. He's muttering to himself, but when you're close, you can smell him. He smells so incredibly, like beyond rancid milk. It's like milk that was it's like undead almost.
Undead milk. Forbidden nectar of the gods.
Shit, Undead Milk is my new hardcore punk band.
Oops.
I want to try and snag anything. So he seems pretty distracted, muttering to himself.
Correct.
Alright, I want to try and pickpocket him.
Alright, make a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Oh, that was fast. With your 21, he's like lifts up one of his arms, and while he's smelling his armpit, you lean into the opposite side, reach into his loincloth, and you come out with like a coin purse, and attached to it is a key ring.
Are there a bunch of keys on the key ring, or?
There's 3.
Okay. Alright, then if I don't see anything else happening in this cage, I leave.
Okay. Just as you're about to leave, he stands up and he closes the latch. And he's about to turn around, so you have to hide. And you can feel the cage starts to shake, and then it starts to rise.
Do I notice is something physically pulling the cage up that I can see, or is it like magic?
Oh no, it's like magic. You can feel like a numbness in your feet from the magical sensation. Probably some kind of floating disc. And you start rising up, and you realize above you there's a large tunnel.
Can I unlatch and slip through the door, or is it being blocked?
Make a dexterity check. If you can make a really high one, you can slip out.
Just a dexterity check or a dexterity save?
I'm sorry. Do we have escape artist, or do we get rid of that?
No. There's not escape artist.
Uh,
Acrobatics, stealth, sleight of hand.
how
Dex
about...
or just a dex check?
Yeah, just do a dex check. It's probably quite easy. Ooh, it's not quite enough. You try to slip through there, but he's just sitting in front of it, muttering to himself about mother's milk, and he's just laughing. And he's obviously a bit deranged, but he doesn't give you a chance to slip through.
All right, then I think I'm gonna just hang out and see where this goes, because I don't want to start a one-on-one fight with a lunatic in a floating cage.
Perfect. All right, let's cut to Clang. Clang, you're making your way upstairs, and there's tons of restaurant stalls. People are like selling. It's almost like a little market right there, just in this spiral staircase with everything like engraved into the bricks in the walls. When suddenly, a table of very shiny objects catches your eye.
I'm immediately in front of the table.
You are.
Hello, yes, show me your wares!
Let's see. You see somebody with a feathered hand, like, brush their hands across it. You see there's many shiny objects. But most of them don't seem super valuable. You know, there's trinkets, there's some pearls, there's all sorts of and manner of shiny rocks across the table.
Ching ching! My eyes, they sparkle. Is this keeper, you said feathered hand, is he a Kanku?
He is a Kenku.
I look at him and I'm like, I like your wares!
He looks real close and he's just like, I think you're familiar. And he keeps like looking at you, my friend. And he reaches his feathered hand out to shake your hand.
I shake his hand vigorously.
Let's see. Anything about him that's specific? He looks to be almost like a regular Kenku, but he has a bandana. He has a tunic. He looks a bit more swashbuckly. He smells of the sea.
Ah. What brings my fine feathered brethren here on this lovely island?
I killed and ate a man.
A cheese, sorry, a man and cheese.
Yes, of course.
This too is a man of culture.
He has 37 counts of piracy.
Piracy is just collecting things, am I not wrong?
I've downloaded every season of One Piece illegally.
Oh God.
Demonetized.
The FBI knocks on your door.
I didn't do that. I'm saying this guy used 37 things of piracy.
Let's
Is
see.
it possible to learn this power?
Asks you if you want any of these rocks. He keeps thinking that he like knows you, but he can't remember from where.
Does he say that?
Yeah.
I tell him where I'm from.
He's like, he says that at one point he was part of a gang of river pirates, and they did dock near there, he believes.
Oh, you might have seen some of my clan.
He says, are they Kenku also?
Oh, yes. We're all a bunch of feathery bastards.
His face suddenly becomes serious. He leans in very close. He tells you that those Kenku are very much in danger, he says, last time he was there.
I ask him for more details immediately.
Let's see. I gotta flip the other page. Let's see. This man informs Clang that his family is being threatened with violence by organized crime that does not like the somewhat light-hearted thieving of the Kenku and his family.
I don't like that at all. That sounds terrible. Don't know what I could possibly do about it from here, though.
Yeah, he basically lets you know that, but he doesn't give you anything else. Also tells you that his name is Swish.
Swish!
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. But it sounds like somebody grabbing a sack and running.
I mean, yeah. I tell him my name, phonetically.
You two are now bonded.
We're gonna make a secret handshake.
Yep.
Do I have to roll a dex check?
Yep.
Okay.
Or perform.
Perform. I got 14.
You and him do a dope handshake, and at the end, you both scream loudly, and it disturbs several people around you.
Excellent.
Gives you a great deal on some shiny ruby rock things that aren't really rubies.
I have, hold on, 48 of my own chips for 100 gold each, and 30 chips of snorts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give him, like, 8 of my chips for all of his stuff.
Gonna buy him out?
Yeah. I want all the shiny objects. I'm
Yeah,
sure
you
he
spending
can
my
use some
money?
money. I want a lot.
Do you have a big sack for all of those shiny things that you're carrying around? And you look like a little robber.
Yeah.
Do you have a pair of like underwear tied over your face, like the? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna
Guy
get
from
one.
Ranma.
Yeah. Okay, so I give him 8 chips.
Let's see. He is like blown away. Like the feathers like fly off him like a chicken that's been surprised. So happy about this. He says he can get a house in the country for this much.
I tell him to take care of himself.
So he takes it all and he like brushes all the items off the table. Not even like super gingerly, just like brushing them into a bag, and the bag has like a big money sign on it.
This is the objects from the table for me.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna detect magic.
Alright.
They're probably all just rocks.
They're all rocks, save for one rock. Wait. 3 of the rocks are magic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. 3 magic rocks. Can I tell what they do?
Nope, but that they are perfectly round and gray.
Do any of them have holes in them?
No.
Okay.
Oh, they're eggs.
Why does this always happen to me?
Are they oblong or spherical?
Spherical.
Okay. So, yeah, now I'm gonna... do I spot any other vendors that aren't just selling food?
You do. Would you like to approach them?
Yes.
Alright, as you do, you bump into a man in a cloak. Now make a perception check.
Oh. I got a 19.
What does his cloak smell like?
His cloak smells great. He smells pretty good. When you run into him, he like drops like everything on his person on the ground. Completely unexpected. He didn't even see you there because you're half invisible. So you drop your bag of objects, and he drops a whole bunch of stuff on the ground. And you get a look at his face underneath his hood, and you're like, "Whoa, that's the monk who was in the fighting pit."
I can't remember what happened to the monk that was in the fighting pit.
He vanished.
Vanished. What does he have for objects laying about?
Things, 3 small sacks, some kind of medallion. There's some coins. I don't know, but some camping equipment, I suppose. He's an adventurer, probably.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the medallion sneakily,
All right, make a sleight of hand.
because I'm a thief. Shit. I got a 4.
Let's see. You're trying to collect your things and also the medallion. It's almost like he instinctively like is afraid of something. Like something he dropped was very precious, so he scoops it up as fast as he can before you can get your hand in there. He just looks at you curtly, not sure if you tried to steal it or not, because your sleight of hand was so bad and obvious to him.
Yeah.
And he just looks at you and he says, "Remember nothing."
Why?
Like waves his hand like a Jedi at you.
That's not magic! I'm magic!
Make a wisdom save.
Oh, that was... I accidentally rolled sleight of hand. Hold on. I got 16.
You don't feel anything.
Yeah, he's a monk. He doesn't do magic. I'm magic.
Magic?
I know what magic is. I'm a goddamn magic bird man. That ain't magic. What you trying to hide from me, boy?
Let's see. You did notice that his medallion, whatever it was, it had a symbol. It looked like a dagger that was broken or being broken in it.
I tell him that that is a neat medallion. I ask him where he got it.
Oh, he's gonna run away. You just kind of gonna ask him, or you're gonna accost him and follow him?
I do have all of these chips that I should probably take care of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put a pin in it.
You gonna put a pin in it?
Yeah.
Then
I'm gonna come back to that later. I'm gonna... Well...
cash your chips in.
Yeah, I'm gonna cash my chips in.
Okay.
And then I'll try to track him down.
You go to the. You should go
Wait.
straight to the chips.
No, because you said there were other vendors.
There are other vendors.
Tell me about the other vendors.
You're on a cab.
Hey,
Ah!
that's me.
Ah!
I
Alright.
am cab. Cab time.
I got
Time for cab.
Where's cab section? Here it is. Let's see. Scarlet shoves Cab out of the way, having discovered where the vault is. She's like, "Move, move! It's my turn now!" And she like presses herself up against the vault, like just all touching it all over with her hands. And she's like, "This could take a long time to crack." She immediately starts. What does Cab want to do while she does this?
What's the other guy's name? I forgot it.
Jackson. Why didn't I write it down? Uh.
Jackson?
That was something like that.
Can I make a search check for some cards to play with Jackson?
You can.
Because I'm gonna get booze money off of him.
It was just Jack.
Jackson's his full name, but we call him Jack for short.
Yeah, it's his full code name.
Perception, right? Or is there actually I'll do perception instead of investigation because it's a better score.
Let's see.
You're
14.
insane.
Let's see. You look around to see if you can find some cards. You look around on desks. You look around shelves. You don't really see any. You think you might be some in the other room when suddenly you start hearing something. It sounds like a whirring noise and like a voice that's getting louder. It sounds like it's getting louder in the room you're in.
I asked Scarlett if she hears this.
She's like, shut up, keep guard. She has her ears pressed against the vault as she turns. There's actually several little number dials on it.
I asked Jackson if he can hear this.
Jackson just nods at you. He's like, what should we do?
Well, it's coming towards here, right?
Yep.
So we should stay and guard. I think would be the best move. But I mean, you guys are the super spies, right? And then I put my pinky in my ear and take it out and see if I got any wax on it.
Jack tells you that you should move the bookcase back and maybe prepare some ambush position, so whatever happens, you can be ready.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. As Scarlett's meticulously working on that, you slide the bookcase back. Make a hide check. Pretty
21.
good. Tell us about it. Where do you hide?
Describe the room for me again. Is there a potted plant I can stand behind?
Yep, there's a potted plant, there's a globe, there is a wardrobe, there are several bookcases. That
Is
could
the
occur.
wardrobe tall enough to fit me?
Yes.
Alright, then I just stand in that. If it wasn't, I was going to poke a hole through the top and then put my head inside the globe and put the globe on top.
Okay. Jackson decides to hide behind a potted plant. After a while, the voice gets louder, and then suddenly there's a ding, and there's a big milk container, a milk canister, next to one of the desks. It opens up on the top, and out comes a little bird cage.
No.
You could see two figures in the bird cage from your little crevice in the wardrobe, but you can't make out who they are, except that one of them smells very pungent. Does Cat want to take any actions?
There's what again? I'm sorry.
Which part do you remember?
The bird cage opened up and a smelly man came out.
Yep, what would you like to do now?
Look at Jackson. Is he giving any kind of signal?
No, he's like peering through the potted plant. He's like standing like with his arms outstretched so that he matches the branches of it.
Perfect. I guess. But yeah. Am I in range to strike the smelly man?
No, you'd have to move at least like 15 feet to be next to the milk canister.
But if you get next to him, you'll be incapacitated by his horrible smell.
No, I'll use counter smell.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That was an underrated joke for sure.
Thank you.
Is that a ninja art that we mastered together?
Yes.
At the academy.
Art of the of the stink. Can I use? Let's see. Step of the wind. Actually, I don't even have to. I'll just move 15 feet.
Alright, you're gonna reveal yourself and you walk 15 feet over to him.
Hmm. Oh, is there anything near me that I could use as a thrown projectile?
Just outside where you are, there's a pedestal with a bust on it. You're not sure who the bust is of, but it's large and you could chuck it.
All right. Can I I use my Watt staff to hook around the neck of the bust and fling it at him. And because I have Tavern Brawler, I don't take any minuses to using this improvised weapon.
Correct. Make a dexterity.
Just a dexterity save?
I'll make a. Well, I guess it's a ranged attack.
You sure you don't want that dexterity save?
Does it not just use your dex bonus?
It's pretty cool. No, I get bonuses because of my class.
Whichever way is the most beneficial for you. So I think we should roll with this.
It's actually exactly the same due to my base attack bonus. So
Cool. Alright, it seems to go off without a hitch. You hook under the neck and also the beard of whoever this person is. You spin it around and fling it off the pedestal. The pedestal falls.
take that, Aristotle.
Alright,
I don't know, I was
let's
trying to
cut,
think of someone with a bust.
It's not down there, and I have no idea.
let's cut to Gensha. Gensha, alright. Back in the fighting pits. You have returned to the barracks. Now it's empty, where before it was like warm with the heat of bodies. Now it's cold like death.
Hell yeah.
Death.
I want this head to be taxidermied so I can have it as a trophy. But
Which one? The Minotaur?
no, the Manticore.
Oh yeah, that's badass.
I'm not gonna
It's a
cut,
lion.
I'm
Oh, I
not
don't
gonna
know
cut off the
about
Minotaur's head. That sounds kind of
messed up.
in bad taste, I suppose.
Yeah. Logan.
What's up?
First, that's my
Describe to me the
fantasy name for you.
Manticore head,
Second,
please.
do Manticores have people faces in D&D?
I think they have like vaguely people. It's kind of animalistic, but it's people-ish. Like
Like
look
a
up
sphinx.
Manticore D&D.
Yeah. I'm doing that now.
How big is the
Oh
Manticore's
yeah,
head?
that's actually, yeah, man.
It's really scary.
Yeah, it's as big as a lion, like a size large lion would be.
Yeah, and it's got like
So I
rows.
could wear it as a helmet, is what you're saying.
You could definitely wear it. It'd be a sick like barbarian helm.
Correct.
I'd
it
be
would
terrified.
helmet.
Yeah, the original one. I can't send anything on my computer. But yeah, man, that's sick. I actually really like the art for it in fifth edition.
Do the barracks have anything like smiths or craftsmen in them to repair equipment or anything like that?
Do you want to do an investigation, look around? Right now, the only thing is the Minotaur there. He's just like changing his arm bandages.
Yeah. I went to the wrong. Here we go. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Dun, 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 dun. Bam. Oh, well, you can't win them all.
Let's see. You look around. Looks like there used to be some kind of smithy here, but perhaps in better, shinier, less owned by a milkman times. But you do see, waving from behind some bars, there is a little kobold, and he looks very excited to see you.
I look around to make sure no one else is watching,
See if
and I
bunch of
wave him
dots on
forward.
him.
What was that, John?
I look around to make sure no one else is watching, and I wave him forward.
Okay. He just slips through the bars because he's a sneaky kobold, and he comes in, and he's like, "Did I do good?" And he's like, "I didn't see. Did I drink the potion? Did it work?"
I don't out of game. I don't actually know if it worked. I didn't see any results, I suppose.
From what?
I asked the kobold to give me an advantage so that I didn't die by poisoning drinks that the combatants would be drinking.
Yeah, I mean, you're where you are, right?
Well, they all still fought fine, and no one fell over vomiting or like
Other
tripping
than
balls
blood.
and attacking things that weren't there.
That's true.
I tell him I didn't see any results myself, but I'm sure you did a great job.
He goes, "Yay!" He's like,
Yeah.
do I get to be free now?"
You've been free the whole time, my friend.
Oh shit.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go outside."
That's a terrible fucking idea.
I would have let him.
You mean like real freedom?
How about I extend you an offer, since you've been so helpful to me?
Yeah.
My comrades and I have built up a sizable crew since we've been here. Why don't you join on with us?
He's like, "What do you guys do? Are you guys all pit fighters?" He's like, "I'm pretty strong." And he like puffs out his chest. He is not very strong.
Oh.
But he
I'm
is
the only
best NPC.
I'm the only one of us that has
Ever since
older
Rondo.
pit fighting experience, but the rest of them are trained combatants and generally nice people.
Aw, you think we're nice.
You think I'm
I think-
trained?
I think
Gen-
Clang's nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say generally nice people. And generally
Yeah.
just there because it shows Snort like chopping up an orphan.
I have thoughts of Snort burning down a small orphanage.
Yep. After I got their names.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. You should not. You should give this guy a code name and tell him to never ever say his real name.
You don't know what happens to these folk. They
I
could be going to
imagine-
heaven.
Awful.
I have an
things,
idea.
because I've seen your magic.
True.
I asked the kobold if he has a name.
He tells you that his name is Streak.
Well, you see, in our group, we like to have we have a little policy where all of our new add-ons, they take a new name, but they get to choose it themselves. I'm bullshitting him. But,
Okay.
Oh man, I want
but
a
I
cool
don't
nickname.
want his soul to be eternally damned to
John,
Frank.
have you ever seen Big Daddy? The Adam
Not-
Sandler movie.
Not in a long time, no.
There's a part where he's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Julian." He's like, "You don't like that name, do you?" He's like, "No." He's like, "What do you want to be called?" He's like, "Frankenstein." That's all I can think of.
That's great. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Let's see.
I'll ask that you choose a new name befitting of being part of a crew of seasoned warriors. I'm talking you guys up real good right now, so.
Yeah, I'm good at everything. So.
Oh yeah, I know.
Let's see. He tells you that he thinks about it really hard, and he tells you he wants his new name to be Terran.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I like it.
Whoa.
I
How about no?
I stifle some laughter and tell him that that's a great idea.
There can only be one.
You guys
I
are
want
gonna
you all
have
to
to have
know
a
that.
Highlander showdown. Whoever absorbs the beam of light coming out of the person's neck stump is the winner.
The power.
I tell him I think that's a great idea, and I wholeheartedly encourage it.
He's so
When
excited.
he dies by my hand, it's your fault.
That's fine. My hands are completely washed of that.
Let's see. Is there anything else Kensha wants to do? He's very excited. He wants to know what to do.
What does he still have any sort of marking bearing that he is still an indentured servant of the milkman?
He has his collar.
One last thing. If you're going to be part of my crew, we're going to have to get rid of that collar.
He's like, yeah! He makes a squeaking noise that's very annoying, and I will not reproduce it.
I'm gonna try and big boy muscle man that bad boy off of him.
Alright.
It's gonna explode and die.
I
can
just
see it
fucking
now.
rip his head off instead. My bad, man.
You guys think that's gonna happen? I think it's gonna like shoot a metal spike into him or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna shoot a metal spike in me, and the spike is gonna grow out
No,
of my
not
neck
you.
into a collar.
Into him, and then he's gonna die.
No.
And you'll be to blame. But I'm okay with it now, because, he's Terran, I'm Terran, there can only be one.
Yeah, you know how it go.
I don't want to, rehash the whole movie, but basically, there can only be one.
And Sean Connery is he's Spanish.
Sure, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, he's Spanish in that movie for some reason.
Let's see, Gensha. So you are like, I'll take this off you, and you reach your hands around there, and his face is like bright purple, and you pull on it, and even though it does seem to get larger for a second, as you're doing that, you're basically choking him, and then by the time you're like, well, it's too much, you realize you've choked him, and now he's unconscious.
Oh no! My friend, my buddy. All I wanted to do was help him. He's just unconscious though, right?
Yes.
Is he breathing?
You check him?
Yeah.
He is, but he basically just went to sleep. You put him in a sleeper hole. He was all worked up from that dancing he was doing a few minutes ago.
Oh lord. I pick him up. He's probably not very heavy, and I find one of the little cots, and then I'll put him down and tuck him in.
He just goes right to sleep. He makes makes little Z's come out, wrap him up in a filthy rat-covered blanket. Let's see. Let's go back to Snort. Snort, you just placed your bets, and you notice a large, like a full orc, and a little dwarven man, a deep dwarf. They wander by, and you recognize that dwarf as the one you shook down and thought died.
Are they looking at me?
No, they don't see you, especially because you're in disguise too.
Okay, good. That's bad. Well, we definitely can't get recognized then. Because he's probably working for them. Well, I'm gonna go around and start trying to bribe people to throw milk at the Minotaur during the fight.
All right. Make a not a diplomacy check. What do we have here?
Persuasion?
Yeah, make a persuasion.
And what, that'll affect how much I have to bribe people?
Yeah, basically, how much money you want to put. I'm going to multiply it by what you get in your roll.
Oh boy, scary. 20.
Wow. How much gold are you going to pay out, basically?
How do
How
you
much?
mean?
Well, I'm saying you can. I'm trying to figure out the number of people you affect. Because I think there's like a couple hundred people down here.
Alright. I'm willing to spend 1,500 gold.
Wow. Well, that means nothing because you're going to get more money than that if
It's
Genshin
an
wins, right? So,
investment. Yeah. And then I will personally buy the milk. I'll make a big scene of it. I say everyone gets milk.
let's see. You bribe about like 80 to 90% of the people there. Anybody who's old enough to understand or has enough intelligence to understand what a bribe is seems to take it. Even two of the nearby guards who have their collars.
Ooh, nice. And then I point to the milkman, the weird greasy milk dwarf sitting in his throne. I
Oh, no,
say,
he's not-
bring out all the milk. We're drinking it tonight.
He's not there.
All of the milk.
Oh, he's not there. Damn.
No.
I'm sure he would have got a kick out of
Probably would have got you kicked out pretty fast.
that. I guess I'll just be like, all right, I'll find one of the people taking orders for things and I say to bring out like a big table filled with barrels of milk.
Okay.
And I just hand him like a big sack of 1,500 coin.
Oof.
How much milk does that get me, Brandon?
He just empties the milk. He says, "This is great because I had to sell all this milk." He just starts emptying out the milk. It's filling it up like it maybe got like 30, 40 like liter cups worth of milk just like sitting on the table. People are grabbing it. It's getting spilled on the ground, spilled on everybody. Everybody's having a laughing time. They're excited.
All right. Well, I've done what I'm gonna do for the fight.
Okay. Snort, while you're doing that and you're actually looking for where to order the milk from, you did notice that your sister looked like somebody stopped, whispered to her, and she went up the stairs. So to keep an eye on her, you either have to follow her or you have to send. You're familiar? Did you come back?
No, I mean he hasn't come back yet. No.
Let's see. You're basically alone though, because Terran disappeared. You're not sure where to. He didn't say.
Oh, I'm never alone, right? I'll summon my ratman.
All right. Boom, boom. They're just like both like it looks like they're both like knitting, and one of them's like playing with the string while the other one's knitting it, and they're just like, huh, where are we?
I say you trail her, and I point to my sister. Don't let her out of your sight.
They're like, yes, master, we can do that, and they just go off looking like the two most goons you've ever seen.
The hand motions Brandon's doing right now, just so you know, is very entertaining.
What were the hand motions?
Like scurrying.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So you gotta be in person. You gotta come here, and you gotta be in the living room, Morgan.
Every Tuesday.
Alright. Tell you what, I'll move up there.
Hooray! Let's see. So after Snort, we'll jump back to Terran. Terran, you're basically just easy breezy, comfortable in your chair.
Cover girl.
Easy breezy, beautiful Terran.
In my spare time, I'm keeping an eye out and counting the coins in the stolen purse I stole.
We'll move back to Terran. You are nicely tucked into a bed, but now you're a kobold. Oh, whoops.
Let's see. The birdcage carries you far up until suddenly it peeks through the ceiling. And after it peeks through the ceiling, there's like a bit of light. Looks like because the tunnel was dark. You're suddenly in a bright room, and the milkman steps out of the cage, and you hear something come flying.
Do I see what it is?
You do. It looks like some kind of rock or something comes flying at you from across the room. Make a reflex save.
Make a search check to find the grassy knoll.
Oh no! The lowest!
Demonetized.
Subscribe to our stream for more JFK jokes.
And subscribe to John and Mine's podcast, The Second Shooter Theory.
Yep. Let's see. So, Karen, the milkman, he's getting out of the cage. He moves out of the way. You were gonna follow him, and suddenly you get hit across the head with this big rock, which you realize is a statue. As soon as it breaks apart on your skull, you fall prone on the ground.
Wait a minute. Do you smell real bad?
No! How dare you?
Let's see.
You think a bard of my charismatic ability would ever deign to smell bad?
No?
That's right, no.
Alright, cool. I did it right.
Let's see. The milkman, he jumps back from where Terran landed. He's like, "Assassin!" And he points at Terran. Cab, I imagine you're like partially visible, and he points at you and he says, "You saved me."
Cab,
I know you not, vile assassin.
did that other Terran pay you off?
You know, I'm like, what? I just thought I was hungover and had double vision.
Cab, what do you say to him? You just gonna tell him that you don't know that Terran man? You stopped him, yes?
Yeah, I just said I don't know that vile, Killerman.
Let's see. Jack kind of like smiles and nods. He comes out too. He's like, "Yes, we are your protectors." And the milkman's like, "Oh, another protector." He's like,
It's like,
"How could he
yes,
take this dirty halfling and throw him out the window?"
yes, sir. I will see to that. Post haste.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Right, Cap, you gonna grab Terran and throw him out the window?
You better not.
No, I'm gonna be like, first I have to investigate him to make sure that his plot doesn't, the vile machinations of his plot do not plant seeds further in your mighty organization.
Terran, sits up, rubbing his head, just looking around the room, kind of confused. What is going on?
Silence, knave. And I lightly tap Terran play acting with my Watt staff.
Terran staggers back as
Getting
though
a 17 on that performance.
He's believing it. Milkman's believing it. He's eating this up.
And I'm like, but, sir, our questioning might be too violent for your gentle eyes. I look towards the nearest window and hold out my left hand and then clasp it like I'm doing the Alas Yorick soliloquy.
Let's see. The milkman's like, "Nah, I'm pretty good," and he knocks the globe over and he sits on the globe and drinks milk. He's like, "This is what Dad used to do to Mom all the time when she misbehaved." He starts drinking the milk.
Oh, as you wish, sir. I look at Terran, I just kind of shrug.
Terran glances back at you and says, "What do you want to know?"
And I'm like, are you here alone? Thwack, and I make a large thwack noise next to where Terran is.
You just say the word thwack.
Thwack.
Whack!
No, I've got spies everywhere.
Oh no. This could take a while, your gentleness. Your lactoseness. Your dairy some.
There you go.
Also, do you have any White Russians?
What's a Russian?
A White Russian.
A Russian? Oh, we only
That's
have we have white onion. It's where we mix delicious onionade and milk together.
Oh man, I am 1,000,000% down.
We have a white taking your time.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. I liked it. I
Um,
laughed.
The milkman tells you he's like, oh, it's gonna take a while. He's like, intermission's only 10 minutes. He's like, I just came to check on my favorite milk. And he's like going over to the bookcase. You know, there's a vault behind that bookcase, right, Kev?
I do.
What would you like to do?
And I'm just like, oh, sir, no one but us have been in this room. We made sure of it. Jackson, your personal milk guard that you hired yesterday, has made sure of it.
Jackson just nods. He's sweating because Karen said spy. So he's just like, oh, he's like, we're blown. We're dying. The guy is here. He's like, all over his face. You can see it. He's just not hiding it at all.
Weak fool. Stop your sweating.
He's like, yes, I am the milk guard. And he is like me. Let's see. He's like, oh, excellent. And the milkman hands him tries to hand him a key ring, but he has no keys. He's like, my keys. And he like takes off his pants, and he's just completely naked. And he's like turning what is basically just a loincloth upside down. He's like, my keys. I must have dropped them. He's like, without them, I can't get my milk. Intermission's almost over. He throws himself on the ground with so much force, he hits it like Play-Doh and becomes flat and rolls back and forth, creating a stain on the ground.
Sir,
It'll take us weeks to clean that stain off the floor.
Sir, I apologize. We will find your keys, but
Please,
you must
please
go back
stop
down. Your
sweating
people are
everywhere.
waiting for you.
Make a persuasion.
Oh no, I was hoping you wouldn't ask.
Cab, use mine. I have a +8.
I have a -1. 7.
Nice.
He's like, no, you fool. He's like, I need my milk. He's like, maybe I can remember the code. And he gets up when he like brushes by you, Cab, like your nose hairs turn and they just retreat into your nose. You're like, I thought I smelled a little rough.
Your nose opens up like a little mouth and just screams.
Smell foo. And I'm like, sir,
A real stink master.
sir, I would be honored if I could have a drink with you. There are many things we must discuss.
He's like, yes. He's like, milk. He's like, milk's good for all. And he like wrings his beard, and milk comes out of his beard onto the ground.
Yes, sir. Let us
Jesus
go downstairs
Christ.
and allow Jackson to continue this interrogation while we talk about upper management things.
He just like nods, but as he's nodding, he's like muttering to himself about throwing things out windows. He's like, sometimes I like to do that, just things, people. It's fine. And he just walks over to the bookcase. Looks like he's gonna try to slide it open, Cab. He's
Wait,
gonna try
no, sir, we'll have the milk downstairs. I am not worthy of such milk.
He starts screaming like an upset frog. He's like, I need this milk!
That
Like
normie
words
milk
on his
downstairs
board.
is not fit for me.
No, I was gonna say, is is Scarlet done?
You can't tell. Would you like to try to make a perception check? You can't really see from where you are.
I was like, sir, allow me to make sure that there are no other assassins hiding?
We stashed them all over. They're everywhere.
Oh yeah.
He just kind of shrugs. He's like, yeah, you can't drink milk if you're dead, I guess. And he just kind of like wanders over and sits on the globe.
Alright, I go over there and check on it.
Alright, when you open up the bookcase, there's nobody there in the vault room. Just a vault.
Okay, I'm like, sir, it appears to be clear. What was the combination for the vault again?
That's you're a smooth operator, Ben.
Thanks, man.
He like wanders over. He's like, it's easy. It's just 7771. And he like turns all the knobs until they're all 7 except for the last one. He turns it 1, and you feel like a huge like temperature change in the room. It's like ice. It's just blown, like a whole breeze blowing across your face. And you could feel an overwhelming sense of magic.
Stanky magic.
The stank.
Let's see. He slowly opens the vault. It's so bright and shining, a bright white light. And you have to like cover your eyes for the first instant. And Cab, you can see inside. Based on where you're standing and looking, it looks like the vault is much larger on the inside than it would give out on the outside. All you can see is glittering gold for looks like miles. Looks like unimaginable amounts of gold as far back as your eyes can see into like a horizon that exists only in the vault.
I was like, sir, it never fails to impress me.
Let's see. He just smiles and nods, and he like waves so you and him can go in. And he points at Jackson. He's like, "Cut that halfling's throat and pull him out the window." And Jackson just kind of looks at Cab. He's like, he's not really sure what he should do. Should he do that?
I give him a big no. Like back and forth.
Let's see. He's like, "Oh yeah, oh," and like Jackson runs over with like the knife, but it's not even unsheathed. He's like, "Here I go, cutting and draining all this man's blood out again. I'm good at. I've done that a million times." And I dump him out the window, like I'm doing right now. And Milkman doesn't even look. He just goes in the vault.
I give Jackson a thumbs up.
I quickly and surreptitiously, or sneaky like, pass the keys to Cab.
Oh yeah, I get them keys, boy.
Nice.
Like it ain't nobody's business.
Where is this?
Yeah, it's like brisket business.
All right, let's go back to the bird boy. You guys excited? You guys gonna go in the vault? You guys excited?
I can't wait to see what the special milk is. Is it golden milk?
No, it's blue milk.
It's
Oh,
beard
it's
milk.
bantha milk?
Oh no.
I'm here.
All right, back to the bird boy. Bird boy, you're gonna exchange your chips.
Yes.
Bird boy, you view a couple other stalls. Nothing seems quite as shiny as what you had in your bag. You make it upstairs, and then at the money exchanger, there's like looks like there's 2 seats, but there's only one person sitting there, and it's a little orc, half orc woman. She's like sitting there. She looks very plump and has glasses. What do you say there?
Hello, man.
She's like, "Aren't you well behaved?" And she like slides candy across the table for you.
I have some winnings to exchange.
Let's see. She says, "Please present them."
I put Snort's stack of 30 chips on the table.
All right. She's like, "Oh wow, quite a winner you are, little man."
This one's actually for my friend. Mine are in the other bags. And I put the other bag of my 40 chips on the table.
Her eyes get so wide. She's like, "Oh."
Oh.
They just
Oh,
sent a
God.
person to go and get the gold, so it'll take a second for them to come back. But if you head to the second floor, you might be able to meet them and exchange just right there.
I will do that. What do they look like?
She says that they look exactly like me, darling.
So quite charming!
She's like, oh, you! So she's over and pinches her little bird face.
I gather up the gold, or the coins, or the chips, and I scurry my way up the stairs.
Let's see. As you
Getting
make
all
your
them
way
old
upstairs, as you make your way upstairs, you
Clang.
encounter a familiar drow face, looking very bored and a bit sauced up, you might say. He sees you, he's like, clang! And he comes over to you, he's like, Cab, he ditched me.
That right bastard!
Cab,
You can come with me and exchange my winnings from Gensha's fight!
He's like, fights, winnings. He's like, I could use that. He's like, I gotta take care of my family. And he like falls on you. Oh, he smells like onionade. He's had way too much.
Alright, maybe you should go sit down and I'll be right back and I'll give you some of my winnings. But
Okay. He's like, no, you'll ditch me too. He's like, that's what Cab said, and then he never came back.
okay, alright. You can come with me, but you have to hurry.
Yeah, he's just like laying down, face down on the ground.
Crying.
Yeah, he's very sad.
I'm gonna try to make a
In my
strength check
defense,
to carry him.
It's not like I did it maliciously. I just forgot
I only got a 9.
that he existed as a person.
You grab him by the foot, and you're like dragging him across the ground. He's like, nobody likes me. He's like, never get out of here. He's like, where are we?
I'm like, get up! You bastard!
Let's see. He gets up, and an orc woman, who looks very familiar, is coming by. It looks like... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, I think I missed this part up. No, you don't see any orc women in this floor. Instead, there's apparently lizard racing. There's a hobgoblin on the other set of stairs, the opposite of where you're standing.
I'm going to go up higher.
Alright, when you do, the hobgoblin's like, no entry.
I tell him that I was sent from the lady at the front desk to find her working companion to exchange my chips.
Alright. So that's not a lie. You don't really need to lie to him. He thinks about it for a minute. He's like, that makes sense. And he just gets out of the way.
Thank you, kind gentleman.
We're gonna drag the drow up the stairs.
Will you watch my friend for a moment? He's quite inebriated.
The hobgoblin's like, no. Wait, what? You just kind of like toss him on the hobgoblin? And he's like, Cab left me. And the hobgoblin's like, who's Cab? Who is this? And he's just like, I'm so sad. And he's like, rap to me, brother.
I ascend the stairs.
Alright. You start heading up the stairs. This part's hard. I have to jump to the other people and then jump back to Cab and Terran before I can jump back to the bird boy.
So you're jumping from me?
Yeah, I gotta jump back.
Okay.
Alright, so we jump back to Gensha. Gensha, you put the kobold to sleep. He's snoozing soundly. You think it's been about 10 minutes. But no, there's been no gong, there's been no horn, no war drums, and even the Minotaur is looking a bit anxious by the entry.
I look to my final combatant. This happen often?
Let's see. He like sighs and he's like, never seen it before.
Something might be going wrong out there.
He like points through the entryway and you can see that the crowd is getting restless. Looks like somebody riled him up and bought him a bunch of milk.
They're all fucked up on that milk.
Let's see. The Minotaur is like, if we don't get out there soon and start slugging each other, there might be a riot outside of the arena.
I laugh it off and make a joke about how that would likely be more fun than just two people duking it out.
Let's see. He tells you a tiny story about when he was in prison and there was a prison riot because he was in debtor's prison. He's not here for a violent crime. where they started a riot and then it all got blamed on him, so they sent him here. He says he's no big fan of riots.
Shit, dude. Sorry, I didn't know.
It gives him anxiety. He admits it gives him anxiety.
Oh, don't flesh out this character. I'm gonna feel bad beating him up.
I'm throwing milk at him. He's gonna be destroyed, embarrassed, then dead. Right? That's the plan. I'll split the money with you. 20-80. Mine's 80.
It's I looked the Minotaur up and down. I've been wondering if any of these pit fighters were also milkman slaves.
Let's see.
Not Dylan. Proud old Dylan.
You son of a bitch.
Let's see. What does this guy look like? Let's see. He has several different skins, making up an armored tunic. It looks like it's leather armor. He doesn't have any plate mail. And the skins are all made of these different, look like scales, like dinosaur skins all over his body. He has these facial war paint. He's like a dark, reddish brown color. The war paint's like bright white, giving him all these speckles across his body and face. He has no collar on. He's probably about 500 pounds, and he stands he's like a foot and a half taller than Gensha.
Oh man, he's rad as shit.
Let's see. He has a Minotaur great hammer, I think, or is it a great axe?
I missed that weapon.
Yes, and he uses it to the full extent of what he can do. As you saw him cut some guy in half earlier. He says that he as you're looking him up and down, he just looks at you. He tells you that he was very impressed with how you fought that Manticore. It looks like he's just schmoozing now.
I say much the same and say that I haven't met a combatant with such ferocity in years.
Let's see. He tells you, win or lose after this, you and him should go hunt one of these guys. And he points at one of the skins on his coat. He says these guys are way nastier than a Manticore. And it's like some kind of scales, but you could just feel looking at it, there's a lot of primal energy stored just in the clothes he's wearing.
A gleam appears in my eyes, and I hold out my hand and I say that he's on.
Perfect. You and him get more manly hand grabs. They're just bursting with manly Baki level energy.
Our muscles are full to bursting.
Your lips could become weirdly, stupidly sexy.
Joke's on you, Gensha's lips are always like that.
But even more so.
Finger guns. I just had the mental image of what we'd look like walking out there, and I only imagined the it's the bar scene in Stardust Crusaders where they're all just sitting at the bar and they do that shadow thing over their eyes, and they're all just sitting there just sweating in the bar. I imagine that's us coming out, except just as sweaty, but we've got the shadow thing and all the fucking kanji everywhere.
Yeah. Let's see. Since Milkman's not here, I'm gonna have to go back to Terran and Cab, possibly for an extended period, depending on how that goes. This is the problem with breaking up the team so drastically. So I'm gonna do that real quick. We'll see if we can speed that up.
Get that greasy fucker out here right now.
Unless Gensha has any other action she wants to take.
Before we go out there, how do you want to do this?
Let's see. He just kind of shakes his head. He says, "Milkman sets the rules." He's like, "We just live them." He says, "Milkman doesn't show up, so he's like, He throws his hammer down. And he tells you that you and him should go bare fist. He doesn't show up soon.
I am all about that, and I'll take him up on that. But as a show of faith, I hold up my scimitar. Right in the hilt here, some poison I've been using to get me by, and I unload the dart and I put it back in my little pouch. but I find it dishonorable. I'd rather fight you like a warrior instead of, well, melting your organs.
Hey, that costs a lot of money.
And it's been very useful. I melted a goo man.
Well, you bring it back and you kill that guy. Use the staff if you want to. Like, just make me my money, Gensha.
Oh, I'm gonna make you so much money.
You
You guys are gonna
better.
be fucking loaded.
Let's see. He's all about that. He does mutter something saying that there's no right and wrong in survival, though.
He condones it.
I think you met Craven the Hunter.
Ah, yeah.
Can't see it, but Brandon is nodding.
It's funny, man. Anyway,
Hey, sweet Craven the Hunter. I'm here to kill you guys.
Cap, do you want to venture in the vault? Does anybody else want to venture into the vault now that the milkman has gone in?
I'm going in the vault.
Can I? Am I free to be not stopped?
Yeah, you just got a bump on your head.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cover that up with a little makeup and then stride right in.
All right, make a disguise check for that makeup.
There is no disguise skill.
Performance?
Deception?
That'd be persuasion.
Wait, what do you want me to do? Deception, persuasion, or performance? I heard three things.
Deception.
Okay, got it.
Oh no.
Oh no. The bump. It's more prominent now.
Yep, Jackson just like, wow, I can't hide that. And he took like what was like a lipstick thing, basically, just drew a smiley face on it. Let's see. You guys ascend into the vault. First things first, as soon as you get into the vault, looks like there used to be stairs here. People were too lazy to carry all the gold in, so they started dumping it. So immediately there's a slide of gold coins. You guys slide down maybe about 50 feet of what would have been stairwell in a pile of gold. When you reach the bottom, Cab and Taryn, you see the milkman. He's like wandering over to where it looks like there's a whole like, it's not like a warehouse. It's like this place is outside somewhere. It looks like, because you literally can see the night sky above you. The day sky above you. Somewhere wherever it is, it's daylight.
Where the hell are we? Who keeps gold in a safe outside?
Smart people.
Oh, have you met the milkman?
I have.
Because he does not inspire a lot of intelligence in my mind.
Inside is milk.
Let's see. Nearby, there's a beach, and on the beach, there's like a small hut, and the milkman's like going to that hut, and there's like an old farmer out there, and he's like pardon when the milkman comes by. And out of the pile of gold, Scarlet appears. She's like, yes, I unlocked it before he came in, and now I'm here. She's like rolling back and forth in the gold. She's like, this is incredible. What do Cap and Taryn want to do?
Snoop
So
around
I'm
the
in
safe.
Yeah, I'm in another dimension right now.
Possibly.
I'm gonna go talk to the farmer, I guess.
Alright. You go over to the farmer. When he sees you, his eyes get pretty wide. He's just like, you know, guy regular. He's like, should I be reporting this?
I came with my liege. And
He
I
just
guess
kinda
I'm
nods.
the milkman.
He tells you gold mines are over there, if that's what you're looking for.
And I was like, I'm interested in what else you have.
He's like, you've piqued my interest, son. You want to...
Yeah, I would like him to show me around, if possible.
Oh, he's gonna take you inside the shack if you're gonna... If that's what you're... If you're asking.
Oh yeah.
You go into the shack, and the milkman's like, oh. And out from the wall, there's all these like shelves that are basically just made for him. It looks like because they're only that tall. He goes up to one of them, and there's tons of them. There's this little like bottle of blue glowing milk, and he takes it, and he's like, oh yes, this is the stuff for the best fight. He takes like an armful of them, and he starts wandering away. He's also still naked.
Yeah, I kind of figured. So I asked I'm like, what's different about that milk?
Let's see. He just kind of smirks and tells you that is some very special milk. He's like, the organism that comes from takes a long time to produce that milk.
I see.
He says that milk can cure any ailment, I reckon.
You reckon or you know?
He's like, I reckon I know.
Alright, fair enough.
Does Karen want to do any actions while here?
I want to be looking around to see if I can find anything other than just gold or milk in the safe.
Dude, magic milk. Panacea milk.
See milk. Yeah, but I don't have like containers for milk. But I got a backpack. There's only so much milk I can drink, and I'm not feeling particularly ill. You think I should just drink milk?
I'm saying hold it in your mouth. And then, spit out a little bit and then come back. Just keep doing that.
Make an investigation.
That works.
I thought it was a good idea.
24. Let's see. You wander around till you find another thatch hut looking building. Inside, there is, you can, like, as you open it, you feel it's heavily magical in here. Looks like there's a lot of magical items, but most of them are very large. You can probably only pick one.
Okay. What looks good? What attracts Terran's eye?
There is what looks to be some kind of large decanter. There is a chest. There's actually several chests, all of different designs and ornation. One that looks very plain, some that look very ornate, one that looks to be made of heavy stone. You also see on the side there's a bag full of rocks in the corner. You know they're magic, but you don't know what they do. There appears to be a crossbow and some bolts. And I think there's two other things. There's a lantern and a fan.
I want to look in the chests until I feel like I run out of time.
Okay, you are probably able to check 3. So you open one, make a reflex save.
I was born for this.
Nice. You dodge out of the way. A big, hairy arm comes out like a fist, nearly punching you. It grabs around for a minute, as if trying to grab you, before the arm retreats. The arm is much larger than the box would fit.
I close the chest.
Let's see. The second one, when you open it up, all you can hear is like this loud, it's like a humming noise, and you realize you can't hear anything as long as the box is open.
Alright, I close the box and give up on the chests.
Okay.
I get freaked out, and then I will snag the decanter, I guess.
Alright. You go over and grab the decanter. It appears to be full, so it's very heavy.
Wait, is it like I can't lift it? Like I can't. How big of a decanter are we talking here? Like fits in my backpack?
It's as big as you are tall.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know how much milk can go in that?
Ooh.
I smell what's in it.
Smells perfumey. You're not really sure what it is.
But I know it's magical.
Yes, it feels magical. The contents are possibly part of the magic also.
Okay. I want to scoop out, like, fill my water skin with it.
Make a will save.
Oh, this I was not made for.
Alright, I imagine you went there with Scarlet and Jackson, so you basically open this decanter, and you start trying to reach in to fill your water skin by holding it underneath the liquid in the decanter, and the perfumey smell starts to build up in your face until you suddenly get tunnel vision, and then next thing you know, you wake up and Scarlet's like slapping you, and Jackson looks horrified. Jackson's like, I'm gonna give him mouth to mouth, move back.
I hold up a hand like, stop, hold on, I'm okay. I'm okay. I say more to myself.
Mm-hmm. So you managed to come back. You're not sure what was in there. Possibly something that knocked you out.
Okay, well, then can I try and take the crossbow and leave?
Yes. You want to take the bolts with it? It has 8 bolts with it.
Sure.
All right. When you grab on the crossbow, it feels very magical. The bolts do not feel magical. Would you like to leave?
Yes, I believe so. That sounds
Okay.
like a good thing to do.
Cab, do you want to take any of the blue jars of milk?
If the farmer will let me.
Let's see. He says, you can't bribe me. I have everything. What could you possibly offer a simple farmer like me who sleeps on a pile of gold?
Bed.
Bed.
You have a bedroll?
Yeah, probably.
You want to offer it to him?
I do.
Oh god, he's a dragon, isn't he?
He allows you to take 1 bottle.
Hey, that's 1 bottle of Cure-All. Or thank him and say that it seems unlikely, but I hope that we meet again.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Let's see. As you leave the farmer, you feel as though the farmer had many secrets he did not tell you that may have made you more afraid of him.
Probably.
Let's see. You see the milkman climbing back up. He's got so many jars of milk in his arms. He's basically just climbing up his pile of gold to get back to what appears to be a floating doorway in the sky. Cab, Karen, you guys want to return with him?
That seems like a good idea. I think I've had my fill of this area. I scoop up any treasure I can, but I'll leave.
Managed to get 25 gold pieces on your way up. And you, yeah, because that's not a lot. You just scoop up 25 in your hands or so as you're going in your pockets. And you guys both exit the vault. Back on the other side, it's warm and stagnant night still. You see the milkman. He goes over to the bird cage. He's already there and starts to descend rapidly, giggling the whole way.
What did the farmer look like?
What did the farmer look like? Very interesting. He looked like a normal farmer.
Alright, was he wearing anything with, like, symbols on it or anything?
No. You did sense that he had some kind of power or knowledge that was strong that you didn't know. Anything else, Cad?
No, that's alright.
Okay. As soon as the milkman starts descending, somebody else steps into the room. It's an orc woman. She sees Cab and Perrin and Jackson and Scarlet exiting the vault laden with items. She drops the empty sack she had, and she's running away.
Well, that's not good.
But she dropped empty
Can I try
sacks,
and
right?
catch... Yeah, she's here to fill up the gold for, I'm guessing, our cohort's winnings. I am going to run after her, and I very much doubt that she is faster than me.
Okay. You You do catch up with her, but she makes it to the stairwell just as you do. So, what would you like to do when you catch her?
I put my hand over her mouth, and if she doesn't pass out from the smell alone, I bring her back to the room.
Make a strength check. She's a half orc.
20. I don't know why I rolled twice, but I'm taking the best of the 4 rolls.
Alright. You manage to overstrength her, but before you do, she lets out. Actually, make a reflex save. See if you can beat her before she screams.
18. Mine's
Draw.
+7.
Yours is
What's her-
+7.
Yeah, what's her dex save?
1.
I think I beat her.
Yes, you do. You manage to cover her just before she screams. Clang, you see a nice orc woman. She comes running towards you, and she looks like she's very afraid. Suddenly, a man in the shadows reaches out and grabs her and holds her mouth closed. You can't see them; they're both obscured.
I am going to. Hold on a second. I'm going to yell, "Hey!" and then cast, probably, Sacred Flame.
Is that a ranged fireball?
It can be if I use it as a ranged attack.
Is that what you're doing?
Maybe I shouldn't, because don't want to burn the
that
building
is
down.
a good idea.
Stone building.
It is a stone building?
Yep, it's the only stone building in all Moortown.
Yeah, I'll do. Actually, I want to do thaumaturgy and make my voice sound super intimidating and manly.
Okay. What do you say? Just hey?
Hey, what are you doing there?
Cab, suddenly a voice comes to you. It sounds threatening and manly. You're not sure what it could be. It could be some kind of large muscle like guy come to beat you.
Let's see. I am like, you won't get me this time, voice in my head. I know you're fake.
Do I recognize Cab's voice?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hi, Cab!
Oh, hello, Clang. Are you in my head as well?
No, I'm down on the stairs. Look down.
Oh, and I come back, walk into the light, holding the orc lady who's just like resigned to this.
I'm like, I have business with this nice orc woman that you're hassling.
Well, we have business too, but I think she doesn't like me very much.
Just looks like she doesn't like Cab on her face. You can see it. The burning rage. The terrible smell she must be smelling with Cab's hand over her face.
All right.
Yes, you
Why don't you leave the orc woman to me, as I came here to find her specifically. I was sent by her coworker. We'll have a lovely conversation.
Only if she promises not to scream when I let her go.
I'm back. Did you guys kill the milkman yet?
No, not yet.
We were too busy talking in my head.
Do you guys want to...
I asked the orc woman if she'd like to deal with me instead, as I came here to find her anyway.
She just nods and looks very urgently, as if she wants to leave Cab's presence as fast as possible.
And then, Cab, you ask her if she'll not scream when you let her go.
No scream. No scram, please.
I also am going to prepare to cast. I thought I had silence, but I have passed without it.
Oops. Okay. We want her to just come over to you?
Yeah.
let's see. She comes over to you, and she's just like, she leans in very close to you, gets down to your level, and she looks you in the eyes. She tells you that we haven't done anything wrong, but that bald, smelly man, he's stolen from the milkman. The last person who stole from the milkman, he's still being tortured. That was 3 years ago.
How do you know that he stole from the milkman and that the milkman didn't just
I wave at Clang.
give him lots of things like he does with the people in the milk?
She just looks very cross with you. She says, only I and the milkman go in the vault. So obviously, he must have stole those things.
Did you ask him?
She turns around, looks at Cab, sees Cab's dumb face, looks at the Birdman, says,
Hey.
I don't want to be tortured for 3 years.
Alright. How about we just all go put everything back in the vault, and then you can help me exchange all my chips?
She just looks, yeah, she go with that, if that's what's gonna go down.
Alright, so let's just go put everything back in the vault, and then we can exchange my chips.
Yes. She's like, let's. Then you guys start heading back.
And then no one's in trouble. I look at Cab meaningfully. We put it back in the vault. And we exchange my chips.
Let's go back to the pit. Oh, right. So, Snort, you notice the people are getting restless. Some of the guys are starting to get bored and they're drinking their milk.
What the fuck? Where's the fight? I start agitating, pushing guards, and then like going to a backup with the group I paid. And say, what's going on? I thought we were here for arena fight, not to watch an empty ring.
Are you going to just start agitating as many people as possible?
Yeah.
Just make a charisma check and just see how many people we can agitate rapidly.
Not persuasion, just charisma.
Oh, you can use persuasion if you want. I forget because you guys get bonuses to your rank, so. Wow. Not only do you like agitate these guards, you look into their eyes and you can just read them like a book of names, and you can push all their buttons. These guards are getting furious. Some of them are having a hard time keeping their mouth closed. They're saying things they shouldn't say. People are getting rambunctious. People are fighting and throwing each other. They're getting just getting real mad. It's like a small riot. It's slowly spreading across the group. When suddenly, Snort, a hand gets placed on your shoulder.
Oh god. I turn around. I hope it's one of my rat men.
Hand.
It's not one of your rat men. It is a rogue. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Rouge.
Is a Rouge is the man who's standing behind the milkman, who has special relations to Snort.
Oh god. Like I stumble back. Oh, I can't really stumble. I have a snake tail. I'm just like, you. I take a dagger out from my sleeve.
Is that a sleight of hand, or are you
Yeah.
just pulling it out?
I'm just pulling it out.
Let's see. He looks like he's about to say something, but then he stops and he looks. He's like, "Wait a minute. I know you." And he's thinking, and like
Let me
you can
see your
the
face. You are the one from my dreams.
Oh god.
Here, but let him go with us, even though he's just some random guy in the prison. It's fine. I had a dream about it. I'm not crazy.
Now tell me what star you were born under. I want to do your birth chart.
Oh yeah.
Tag your skill.
Tag yourself in this BuzzFeed personality quiz.
Getting chased by assassins while this happens.
Remember to subscribe to our stream so the Emperor can see you in his dreams.
Okay. So he's like starting to recognize me.
Yes. And he looks like alarmed for a second. And the crowd, the crowd starts to cheer because the milkman has returned to his seat, but he keeps looking at you, Snort, unwaveringly. He steps back and he motions for you to follow him.
I kind of slyly put my dagger away and get over to the milkman, waving to the crowd.
Are you going to the milkman and not this guy?
Oh, I'm sorry. What guy? I thought you meant the milkman. Who was
Oh,
it?
sorry. The milkman's not waving to you. I'm sorry. Your father, who's there, he's waving for you to follow him, and he's leaving the crowd. Sorry.
I'll do that. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I should probably follow that story on. So, as you follow him, he takes you over to some place that's actually just around the corner from where the bathrooms are. He pushes a brick in the wall. The wall just slides open, not without any sound or effort. It seems like completely silent. And he motions for you to follow him in here.
I'll do it.
All right. Uh, he he has a book on the table. And it's like a small desk. It's a very small office. There's some coins on there. It looks like it's been a lot of work done. He sits down and he opens up the book.
Oh,
He
God.
says that it was. He says he starts humming and going over the pages. And he asks you to sit. Do you want to sit or continue to stand?
Oh, geez, this is rough. I'll move over to the chair, but I'll stand behind it.
Okay. Not going to sit in it, right?
Yeah.
He tells you that it was a mistake. He says it was a mistake to send you here. He says he should have had somebody else take the fall. He tells you that you were more important than he realized. He says that the rest of the family, they were useless. They didn't have what you have, Snort. He keeps flipping through the book. You're not sure exactly what he's looking for yet.
Do I recognize the book at all, or no?
No, but there's something strange in the air, of something very familiar.
I'll keep monologuing.
You
It's-
sly dog.
You caught me monologuing.
Let's see. He goes on like a short little ramble where he tells you about how he wish he'd gotten sent to Zyria earlier. He likes it here. It's much easier to do business because everybody's long since paid off. All the guards are checked out. He says it's so easy to do business. It's like it's a legit business. And he says he's extended the family. He says, "Look at how many of these children I have." As he casts his hand over and shows you all these the collars he has on the shelf over there.
Hmm.
He says, but there's still. He says you can't get enough done with them. What else did he say? Sorry, I gotta look at the note page for it. Back a little while. Let's see. So he's like, all right, I'll get to the point. He says, he says, your sister is here, and he says a page, and he stops on it, and he turns the book and shows you that there's like a page just about her here.
Yeah.
And
I'll
says,
lean in and take a look at it. If he's not showing it, or is he just saying?
he turns it to you so you can see. It's like something magic about the book. It obviously holds somebody's picture there. It has a bunch of details about them, like their strengths and weaknesses and all these things. Things that only somebody who's like a socio-manipulator would need, really.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Snort would love that book, so.
Mm-hmm. He tells you that he has your sister, but he doesn't really need her. What he's actually been hoping for is that he finds somebody strong who has good magic abilities, who's intact with the dark side, with demons, and has a live, functioning pack, basically. He says it's very hard to find here. He says, I need you, Snort.
Well, isn't that interesting?
He proposes a deal. He says that he knows that you met with your sister. He had spies who saw that. And he says that it must have been emotional. And he says that he'll set her free and trade for you.
Well, that depends. What are the conditions? Am I a free agent? Or I'm gonna be shackled here?
Let's see. He tells you that you'll work here. He says you'll take his position, and you'll wear one of the braces, basically. So basically one-to-one changing with your sister, but she's a servant, and you would be a pit boss, like he's doing. He wants to go out and do field work, basically.
I couldn't trust you with just that. How do I know that she'll be free?
Let's see. He takes the book that you have from your hands, and he tears the page out for your sister, and he says, there's a secret word that'll set her free on this page. And that's basically it. That I guess that's his. I think he has another option. He's like, "What do you propose to trust me?" Basically, then.
I want your shirt.
I want your shirt. No.
Give me your fucking shoes.
Pants. Pants.
I want it set up where I can see it, and I want to see her off. I want to see her off this dreaded island. And I want her to have all the winnings I would have won from the last bout to wherever she's going. And I want to be able to have constant contact with her. And if you can guarantee me all of that, I'll work for you.
Let's see. He almost lets out a laugh. He says, "Easy." He says, "Done."
Well, when you start making the arrangements, I think you know how to get into contact with me.
He just smiles and nods. He's like, "We have ears and eyes everywhere." He says, "You will know." Let's see. So he offers you to leave his office for now, unless you have any other things for him.
God, I hate this. I hate this so much, Brandon. I didn't expect this to, like, I haven't thought about, like, this kind of scenario at all. This is really rough.
Kill him and take the book.
Kill him and take the book. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't know how to free anyone. And I don't think I could kill him.
Because you're physically unable, you mean, right?
Oh, not, yeah, ethically I could. Don't get me
so
wrong.
yeah, okay. I thought it was just
Don't
like, it's
don't
like
get
that-
it twisted.
This rap shit is mine. Anyway, yeah, it's like Marceline, like, Finn, you can't kill my dad. He's deathless.
But yeah, I say the last fight, the orc wins.
He said he just like smile. He just like he's not even listening anymore. He's like he feels like he's won. He just kind of smiles and nods. He's like, "Don't worry, what'll happen will happen."
I guess I'll leave. Kind of defeated.
Okay. As soon as you leave, the bricks just kind of form back into place. He doesn't leave the office. He just stays there.
You suck, Brandon.
Let's see. Let's go back. So the crowd is 100% riotous, but they just in time the milkman arrived. He held up his 2 jugs of that blue milk and he poured them down his open, gaping mouth. And the crowd is going wild. He's just like, "Whoa, whoa, it's time!" He's like, "I got the milk. Intermission's over!" And he's like, "Yeah, baby!" And he like yells into the horn.
I love you, Milkman.
So fucking gross.
And he's like, "Yeah, bring him out!" And like, there's like a orc next to him. He like is leaning on that orc, and that orc is disgusted. And the orc just sighs, and he starts beating the war drums, which means the next round's starting. So Gensha and the Minotaur can take the ring, and they face each other.
Image of Snort. Oh yeah.
Let's see. They're getting close. They've already swept the field, so it looks pristine and clean. Gensha, from your point of view, it's just everybody shouting in tongues. You haven't seen this crowd worked up in a long time. Like it's like the crowd is like little bits of energy all over you. You feel like you're built for this. You're made for this. This time was made for you.
Damn. I'm nervous. I wanted to make a performance to be like when Shrek goes into the little ring full of Farquaad's guards, and he's like, yeah, yeah. But now I'm just like, oh.
It's okay. Anybody be nervous when everybody's shouting in tongues at you while you're about to fight this Minotaur who's like 1.5 feet and 150 pounds more than you.
And just Craven the Hunter.
Yes. It's also a weird dinosaur hunter.
Turok?
Turok the Hunter. I was just about to say Turok.
I do a confident point at Milkman. What are your rules?
Do you flex?
I make sure that every single muscle in my arm is flexing just right.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. He like calms the audience down so you can hear him talking to his little horn. He lets off a little scream, and then he talks in the horn. He says, "You've done well, very well. The next round will be 1-on-1." He says, "but not to the death." He says, "You're good fighters. Please come back to my fighting pit again." He's like, "I would love it." He's like, "Wouldn't you love it?" And the crowd just like, "Whoa!" And he's like strangely lucid. It doesn't sound nearly as crazy as he did like 20 minutes ago before he started drinking all that milk.
Oh God, he drank the milk of wisdom. I look at the Minotaur, and I jam my sword into the ground, and I hold out my hand. I think this is what you wanted, isn't it? A nice hand-to-hand fight.
He's like, wanted it. He's like, with this crowd going, he's like, I feel like I need it. And he just drops his axe down, and he starts like, you guys grab muscle arm hands again.
Yeah.
Ponfar music plays. That is not the music from Ponfar.
Nah.
I'm fine with that though.
Might as well have been the YMCA or something.
No, that's Are You Ready for This?
Yeah.
I'm fine with y'all ready for this playing on the Magic Intercom.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, that'll be to be continued though. We'll pick it up next week.
Oh, really? Is it already over?
Yeah, we end earlier now.
Oh shoot!
Oh.
To respect the people who have
I was
to get
about
up
ready
early.
to have a fucking BBZ fight with this man here.
I don't know. It's a good way to end it.
I'm actually completely fine with that. It leaves it on a nice
Yeah,
cliffhanger because now I really want to.
Yeah.
It's getting me psyched to play again.
Now your dick is hard for next week.
Yeah, combat boner ready.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
No.
Image of Snort.
Oh wait, I gotta see it now.